reality is that this has been a stalemate for 30 days. And it's not just Democrats. You also have one of the most conservative Republican senators, Josh Hawley, who says, at least please move money around to feed people. Why not consider that?
Because if you deviate from the goal of reopening the entire government, Chuck Schumer and the radicals over there will continue to play games with people's paychecks, their livelihoods. And if you do just part of this, it will reduce the pressure for them to do all of it, to do their basic job, and that is reopen the government. This is very real and very serious, and they can end it today. They can do it right now. All they have to do is, we just need 5 more Democrats in the Senate to help us reach the 60-vote threshold. We don't have enough Republicans to do the right thing on our own. We need them to do the right thing.
Does it give you some hope that, regardless of the reason they're doing it, that there are Republicans and Democrats talking to one another right now about finding some way out of this?
Sure. I think they're responding to the public pressure, and we need more of that. If you're listening to this interview, you need to call the Democrat senators and tell them to do the right thing. Also, the unions, the largest unions of federal employees, over 800,000, have come out and said, please, Democrats, stop the nonsense and vote for the clean, nonpartisan CR. It's so important to remember, we don't have any Republican or conservative priorities on the CR. These are Biden-level policies and spending that we're just asking them to extend for several more weeks so we can finish the work of Congress in the appropriations process. That's it. It's all a game so they can show a fight against Republicans. That's clearly what's going on, and they can end it immediately.
So just to put a pin in it, all or nothing, full government funding for the entire government, or you're not going to bring anything up on the House floor, even if the Senate finds some sort of compromise?
Yet, because they're trying to play games, and we are not interested in doing that. That's the position of the leadership, Republican leadership in the Senate and the House and the White House as well. We have to do well and right by all the American people. Yeah, we need to do it now.
Can I just ask you, because you mentioned it, that you all have found ways to pay members of the military, which, you know, people understand, and WIC, which people also understand. But why are you drawing the line now on 40 million Americans who literally will not be able to eat without government assistance? Why not help them in the short term? And why are they?
Wait a minute. Yeah. Wait, I reject the premise of the question. I'm not drawing the line. The Democrats are drawing the line. If we had a contingency fund that we could use, that would be done. The White House has demonstrated over and over, the executive branch, all the cabinet secretaries are doing everything they can to mitigate and reduce the pain. But that ability is not available for SNAP because the contingency fund had to be prior authorized by Congress.
Well, they say that that's not what the law shows.
No, well, that's ridiculous.
Certainly the administration has shown that they are very happy to move money around without Congress saying yes.
No, Dennis, they're just simply not true. It's already been adjudicated. When they tried to do that in the first Trump administration, the GAO, for example, determined it was illegal. And the Democrats, when they voted against the Clean CR, they voted down that possibility. So it is not legally available to do that. Believe me, the White House has already demonstrated over and over they would use it if it was available. It's not. The Democrats have put the American people in this crisis, and they are the ones that have the power to end it. They could do it today if they feel enough pressure to do so.
The president is on Air Force One right now. He's headed home. And you and other Republican leaders, I think it's fair to say, have been, okay with him not getting very involved. But is it now time for him to sit down with you and other leaders and try to work this out? Will there be a meeting, forgive me, in the next few days now that he's going to be back?
Well, let me correct that question as well. The president was deeply involved. Remember, he brought in the Democrat leaders and to meet with us in the White House, in the Oval Office, before all this began. And he urged Schumer and Hakeem to keep the government open, and they rejected it. The president has been involved, and he has told them that he will talk about any issue under the sun as soon as they do the obvious thing to reopen the government first. That is our job here.
So no,
we're going to wrestle over all these policy questions.
You know, he could make a deal on this in 5 minutes.
He can't. There's no deal to be made. Remember, the CR does not have Trump or Republican priorities on it at all. There's nothing we can pull off of that to make it more palatable for the Democrats. I would have done that a long time ago. But we operated in good faith from day one. Back in September, on September 19th, we voted for a clean, nonpartisan CR. It's only 24 pages in length. It just says keep everything at status quo so we can all finish our jobs here. The Democrats rejected it for the first time in their lives. They did the same type of CR, voted for it 13 times during the Biden administration. The only reason they did it right now is because they're afraid of the rise of the far-left Marxists in their party, and they have to show them that they're going to fight. And real people are hurting during this political game, this showmanship. Chuck Schumer's trying to save his own political hide in New York, and he's willing to put the American people through this great hardship for that reason alone, and it is shocking to us.